Hey guys. Over here waiting to get some takeout. And I've been trying to do this video. And just so many times something's come up. But I wanted to go into something a little bit. And tell a little bit of a story. But first I gotta get you there. A lot of people heard of this 33rd degree Freemason, the Scottish Rite. And a lot of people think that that's the top. But that's not true. I'm sure get some Freemasons on here, they'll tell me I'm not telling the truth, but that's their job to do that. No, guys, there's more. In fact, 33 is kind of preliminary. All the other steps until then, you really aren't even getting into the mysteries, to be honest. What happens when you actually start getting into the mysteries? Less and less literature is available for you. Yeah. There's lots of symbolism involved throughout the whole degree process. But once you get past the Scottish Rite, the books, the literature, the words, they go away. Now, these guys will say they're not part of Freemasonry, but again, that's just part of the script. There's some odd fellas indeed. And when you get there, the words go away. It's only symbols. And there's a reason. And then if you go higher than that, the symbols go away. And it's only oral tradition. Only orally taught the mysteries. So let me tell you a story. Guys, I go into these characters. I call them Kuthumi and El Morya. I'm close to El Morya. And you can check out my earlier videos to, hear more about that. I'm not going to go into so much of that. But, guys, El Morya and Kuthumi are like yin and yang. Morya's passion, sensitivity. And then Kuthumi is logic, wisdom. And these guys work closely together. Morya's of the first ray, Kuthumi's of the second ray. One of them has to pass the baton to the other, so they must work together. And in their incarnations, sometimes they incarnate as the opposite sex. And when the stars align, they have a child. A special child. One that the dark side doesn't want. So they actively try to destroy the child. When I was a little boy and I'd visit my grandparents, they would do the fancy elaborate rituals.
Please say a command.
They had a lot of bigger lodges where they lived. My grandpa was, real high up. And one night he was telling my father some truth. Talks on the path, they'd call it. And he told him, he said, I had a vision and I saw the master. And he showed me the Akashic record. And he pointed to me, his Akashic record. I think Dad was trying to know what my future was. My grandpa said, well, we all have free will. I can only tell you what I've been revealed from the last round. And so he tells this story of El-Morya and Kuthumi. How they had a child together. And how those on the dark side were trying to take out that child. El-Morya loved Kuthumi loyally to a fault. Because you see, the dark side was able to convince Kuthumi to betray Morya. Morya had an inclination that Kuthumi could have betrayed him, but he was so loyal. And instead of listening to the higher self, God, he chose loyalty and was poisoned. And with El-Morya out of the picture, they were able to get to the child. But part of the mysteries and that people don't understand is our reality is like a pendulum in a way. One round, it swings to the left, and then one round, it swings to the right. What happened to El-Morya on the last round won't happen again this time. Guys, this is a story that you won't find written down. I haven't anyway. I was only told it through my grandfather, who was told it by the master. Now, some people will say, wow, that sounds wild. I don't know if I believe any of that. And you know, that's your own choice. You have your own free will. You can believe what you want to believe. I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. I really couldn't care less. I'm just here to relay the message. Y'all have a good day.